What's good, niggas? What's good, family? Man, I just had to come on here to complain, bruh. Sometimes niggas just be wanting to complain, bruh, but nobody want to listen. All right, so I live in Atlanta. Driving in this motherfucker every day is about to give me a heart attack, bro. Anybody in the comments, anybody who ever sees this, anybody who watches, please tell me how you deal with Atlanta traffic every day. Every day, I'm almost in a fucking accident. Every day. Every day it's a Nissan Altima or it's a Hyundai Elantra 95 miles an hour up my ass or speeding past me when I'm in the slow lane. Potholes, bumper to bumper traffic, bottleneck traffic, ignorance. When you when you work hard and pay for your own shit, how do you even hop on a road with somebody else who don't give a fuck? They probably don't have insurance. Your windows are 100% tinted, blacked out. You can't see in or outside that motherfucker. Yet you speeding, doing your lashes, or you texting somebody, or you on the phone, or you probably rolling a blunt, or you smoking. I promise you, bro, the low quality driver, bro. If you watching this and you got a Hyundai Elantra or a Nissan Altima or you got a motherfucking Kia Optima, guarantee you need to work on yourself. Guarantee you got some bad traits as a person. Every person I met, if you have one of those cars, especially if the motherfucker got an accident or damage on it, like you meet a POS type of person driving a busted Hyundai Elantra, right? Them motherfucker get the Hyundai Sonata or they get the Hyundai, what is it? Something else to listen, bro. I ain't here to shit on cars. I drive an Acura. I ain't better than nobody else. But what I will say, my Acura is being paid, and that motherfucker has no damage to it because I made sure to not ride around in a damaged car. What I'm saying is, bro, we gotta do better as a people, bro. When I say as a people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Darker than white, but we still got the mic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm talking about no potato salad with raisins. I'm talking about high blood pressure, turkey neck, collard greens, okra, cornbread, biscuits. I love all that shit. But yeah, man, we gotta do better on the roads. We gotta do better as driving, man. I think it starts with just not giving a f about yourself. There's no way that I'm in a rush to anywhere I need to be going, my nigga. Man, what? Even if I'm late to work, I'm trying to drive as safe as possible. You know why? Because it's another idiot already out here driving insane. Then I'm talking to somebody else. They're like, you know what you got to do? You got to drive crazier. Because that's the best advice to fucking give somebody who's. Let me drive crazy amongst everyone else who drives crazy, and then do more damage to my car. I don't even want to drive, bro. I swear to God, like if this wasn't a place where you had to have a car and you had to have a goddamn means of transportation, I would not give a fuck. So tired of this. So tired of the traffic. So tired of every time I step into my car and get on a main road. How we doing, man? How we doing, man? Anybody else, man, feeling this way? I feel like nobody want to say no shit like this. Whether you in LA, I know LA traffic is bad. I know ATL traffic is bad. I know DC traffic is bad. I done been in DC, lived in DC. That shit is bad. I've been in Atlanta, lived in Atlanta. That shit is bad. I've driven through California. It was bad from what I remember. New York is also bad. So I'm not saying that it's no traffic in it's traffic in every major city. But what I will say here, you got crazy driving, ignorant driving, with messed up roads, and also with like no insurance, blacked out windows, like the damaged cars on the road, like as if it's normal. Like only thing you can do, I guess, is just move. Like you can bring stuff like this to people's attention. You know what I mean? I could bring this to your attention. I could tell y'all how I'm feeling about this. Some people might listen to it, But then at the end of the day, is something going to change? Like, no, absolutely not. Because you got to think we're a city where we have an influx of. I came from another city, so you got people who come down here almost every week, every 2 3 days, almost every day. Probably there's somebody new moving down here. I would say definitely on a weekly basis, probably like every 2 3 days. So if you have a constant influx of people where the actual system or the structure of a city is failing, what does that do to the city? When you have a city that's ran by people who don't really care about anything but selfish intentions and you know what I'm saying, and cars and jewelry and being promoted and a work culture that only is being a is you exist in a work culture only for yourself. You do it for the superficial benefits. You do it for the status. You do it so your name can be known to somebody in the city. You're running for city council, or you want to be Miss Popularity, or you want to be the head of the office, or you want to have this. So a lot of us we work super hard for the superficial tendencies, just so we can tell somebody we a boss, just so we can show somebody that we can do. I get it. You got to do it for yourself, but when you do it for only you and yourself, you become a selfish person. All the money that you have, all the all the amenities, everything you enjoy, everything you worked hard for, right? Nobody's gonna want to be around you. You know why? Because it's like a dichotomy. It's like a scale. Like if you truly mold yourself into being like a hardworking person who only doesn't allow bullshit, you have an extremely time regimen, and you work like there's a way to do it without killing yourself and without sacrificing everything. So if you work and then you allow time for rest, but then that's a general outcome, right? But if you work consistently, overwork consistently, and then you just pile overwork on top of overwork on top of overwork on top of overwork, eventually you will break down. You can fake the smiles, you can take an energy shot, you can take a double espresso, you can take your pills, whatever you do to get it going, hit a meth, some people, whatever you do to get it going in the mornings, right? Whatever you do to keep it going, it's not sustainable. Why? Because you or your body will break down, if not your mental. More than likely, your mental is already broken down if you're pushing yourself through something that you are so tired of doing, me, myself included. Your mental's already gone. So when your mental's already gone, how is it? You got to have your mental and your physical and spiritual everything intact, right? If all three are not intact, or even just your mental and emotional, friends, or your mental and physical, everything correlates with each other. It's like a rotating triangle, right? Or what's a more of like a hexagon, six different things, or a pentagon, right? A rotating square. You got emotional, spiritual, social, and physical, so a square. So everything's rotating in a square-like basis, right? And everything has to stay in balance. But if you leave one side unbalanced, obviously what happens? Stuff starts to fall. Shit starts to go wrong. So man, I just come out here to say, man, like I realize that sometimes you have to be the change that you want to see. It may be very insignificant, but the other thing is you cannot be calling out BS in everything you see. You cannot try to incite change or try to you know, tell everybody what they're doing wrong or point anything out wrong unless you're doing something to actually change it, right? So it starts with awareness and it starts with actually putting actual work in or putting money into it if you can, like whether that's political, whether it's like in the social world, whether it's in the hip hop world, whatever world it is, like make sure that you have some type of physical, personal investment in your cause. Don't be a Nick Fuentes who stays in a completely different side of Chicago but talks crap about black people in the most inhumane way, right? My thing is, if you want to talk about black people and criticize black people, right? Number one, either you have to be black most of the time, right? And if you're not black criticizing the black culture, then you have to either have extreme reason or you have to be doing something to change what's going on in that culture, right? So if I'm bringing something to awareness or if I'm trying to tell people or I'm trying to show people something, right? That's different than just building a whole platform tearing somebody down, which is obviously the easier route, right? You can just point out all the negative things and point out everything that people are doing wrong. And this is not a defense for anyone. I don't defend any kind of terrible activity or any kind of inhumane behavior. I defend righteous, like morality, 99% of the time. So it's hard to live in a world where people are profiting off of making fun of another culture, even though when this person is extremely wealthy and cognizant of what they can do and how to change the culture, they choose not to. This person chooses to look down on the culture and talk shit on the culture versus actually implementing a change, which would be financially a blip to him or anybody else, you know? Um, yeah. So I would just say very important to maintain the duality, you know? If you're gonna make content and if you're gonna post videos and if you're gonna go super hard on it, you have to have the other hand in the pot donating or doing something to make a change. Even though it may seem contradictory, people will understand you and your motives more versus just I don't know, profiting off of rage bait or clickbait, you know, doing whatever's gonna give views. You gotta do what you gotta do, but just understand there will be consequences and actions. For instance, he probably cannot live his life normally. He probably has to go everywhere with security. He probably cannot go anywhere where there's a a large amount of black people, or even for that matter, non-white people, right? Yeah, interesting times we're in. Stay tuned.